right smack in my F9 key. Finals Game 1. DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 25. 25 weeks of Dominion, man. It's good to be here. And Finals Game 1 is going to be Pays Evelynn Child Support versus Feel the Vibe. You have inFe for Pays Evelynn Child Support playing Darius, CaptnBuwberry, Urgot, konfetarius playing as Diana, HaIfhearted playing as Brand, Painkillar playing as Rammus, and on Feel the Vibe side, ChrisIam playing as Vayne, Totalment playing as Lee Sin, Dienovv playing as Malphite, Naked Apron playing as Zyra, not Zyra, gosh darn it, and Armor, A12MO12, playing as Pantheon. I'm one half of your casters this week. I am Gandair, and casting with me is...
FourCourtJester. You can't get rid of me. I'm like a cockroach. Come on back every few weeks. Yeah.
Resistant to radiation too, I hear.
Yeah, well, that's enough of that. Yeah, as you said, Game 1 Finals, we are now having this underway, and again, Feel the Vibe up against Pays Evelynn Child Support. Such a clutch win to get here. Really good points there on all that information that you spewed at us for the last 6 minutes, so good guy Gandair, making sure you know what's up and what's going on. At this point, the race is on for the windmill, and we are up there. It is, of course, you know, neutral. We're waiting for the fight, but this is where those revives become very handy. You die, you get back up here. This point control in the very beginning of the game will set the precedent for the rest of it. And look at that Armor getting hit by that Powerball. Will be the first blood he dropped to that Urgot. And it does now look like with this added aggression 4-on-3, we're going to go hard against these guys. ChrisIam trying for that point, is not able to grab it, but down south, Lee Sin able to take down Diana. Very impressive play from him. Diana with that revive coming back. Vayne taking down that powerhouse Urgot. inFe not looking so good. Zyra's going to be able to take him down. Has HaIfhearted now trying to go toe-to-toe with ChrisIam. It will be Rammus picking that one up. Rammus now caught between 3 people, a rock, a Spartan, and a plant. Is she going to get away? What a great snare there from that Zyra, a stun and the spear. That means the Spartan is able to take it, and the top windmill initially going to Feel the Vibe.
Yeah, Feel the Vibe able to take that nice revive right there from Armor. You see how much of a difference that makes. Armor coming in there, helping to get that kill on Rammus. Rammus would have gotten away had he not popped that, and was able to help his team secure that. Revive, good spell to have, and now Pantheon's going to have a little bit of extra hit points for a while after the beginning of this game down at the bottom end of the map. However, going down for Totalment right away there. Fight starts, don't get windmill, just gank the bottom lane. That's what they're doing right here. Pays Evelynn Child Support swinging down there to pick up the kill on Lee Sin. Zyra throwing down a snare and some plant and some damage. CaptnBuwberry looking a little bit worse for the wear. konfetarius give me the first one to go down this engagement. They're still chasing. Malphite with the ultimate, catches him with the airborne. Zyra with the ultimate, catches HaIfhearted with the airborne. 2 airbornes in a row. HaIfhearted, get down from there. You're not supposed to be in the sky. You have legs. What are you doing? 3-man going down for this bottom point here, trying to capture it. But Painkillar throws down the Garrison.
You know what? That was literally an ace. Rammus just came alive just before the ace would have been called, but 5 additional kills now in the bank for Feel the Vibe. That was extremely strong early game play for them, and as you can see, they've capitalized it, taking every point away from Pays Evelynn Child Support. We have a 4-0 point lead in terms of just generating these detrimental points against your Nexus. Now in the bottom, it does look like Pays Evelynn Child Support going to be trying to contest this, but 2-on-3, they will be able to take down Totalment, which is really interesting to me because Naked Apron plan just sitting right there, not part of the fight, and now it's way too late to go on back, but still, damage has been done. Nearly a 100-point lead has come out here for Feel the Vibe.
And now Dienovv over there having to defend sort of 1v2. Naked Apron plan is there, but he's standing back. He's playing a little conservative. He's trying to get that recall going, and he is able to get one. Up at the top, however, bounce up the top just in time to see ChrisIam condemn Darius right into the wall. Him and Armor cleaning that up right there. Showing off that condemn strength a little bit. Up at the top end of the map, Vayne's going to farm, going to get some kills, going to lifesteal up a little bit. She does have some lifesteal. Yeah, there's that Vampire Acceptor. Going to lifesteal up a little bit, going to get some last hits, going to get some extra dollars. Pays Evelynn Child Support starting to kind of group up in the center of the map. CaptnBuwberry walking around with that Storm Shield, doing the crab walk around. HaIfhearted following up right behind him. Maybe not looking to make a big play, but definitely looking to do some harass. Up at the top, they see if they can catch ChrisIam. There's that Hex Tech Sweeper that goes off right there. Brand using that to keep that vision. on Chris IM, and with all that magic damage that Brand does, that vision lingers for a really long time because of the dot damage. And now up at the top we got an airborne goes off from Zyra, maybe diving a little too hard for that Vayne, I don't know. Half-Hearted and CaptnBuwberry are going to go down. Brand and Urgot taking a free trip back right there. Chris IM coming from behind, gets Painkillar with the Condemn right there, and you can see Condemn right into the wall. Shred goes off. Rammus dies. inFe retreating from the point. No one bottom lane right now. Just Diana and Malphite retreating up towards the top point so far. The action been in short bursts this game.
It's short bursts, but overwhelmingly seeming in the favor of Feel the Vibe. They have won almost every important team exchange in this game, and that has put them in terms of a lot of extra cash. Look at 2-1, 3-3, 2-0, 1-0, 5-1. That Pantheon going man mode. 5-1-2 has that brutalizer, has itself the Merc Treads looking for that CC reduction, and now does look like defense in this top is going to be in order. Die now almost getting dropped by that combo from Urgot, but again, konfetarius bottom lane able to just give it to that Lee Sin. He does drop, and this is not going to be good whatsoever for Field. They got nobody down there. Everyone hit here up top, and it does not look like everyone's going to break to go into that bottom lane, so they're going to be giving up that point for free.
Yeah, I'm just going to let that one go for right now, but they have plenty of time to pick it back up later on in the game. They do have a pretty solid Nexus health lead at the moment. Seeing a lot of Ninja Tabbies on Evelynn child support team. 1, 2, 3, 4 Ninja Tabbies. The only person who does not have a Ninja Tabby is Diana. Seeing a lot of Merc Treads on the other team. Definitely want to do a little bit of counter for that Brand and get that tenacity as well. But the fight at the top, Exhaust on Chris IM. Exhaust really impairs Vayne's ability to deal damage, but they're throwing an Exhaust on Painkillar as well, hoping to get him taken out. However, with Vayne, you can get those Ninja Tabbies all you want. That true damage is not going to care, and it's those true damage procs that really do the majority of the work in engagements. HaIfhearted was able to fall back away from that fight. Checks with the Specs Tech Sweeper, and down at the bottom lane, however, Armor and Totalment going in for konfetarius at the bottom. He's got that Diana, and he's going to fall back off the point a little bit, jumping right over that Crescent Strike like that. Armor and konfetarius into a little bit of an engagement, and Totalment missing with the Shockwave, or the Sonic Wave, excuse me, a little bit right there, throwing down some damage before he gets taken out. Painkillar coming down from the top is going to get in and get that stun. konfetarius is going to be able to take him out. Evelynn child support holding on to their 3-tower lead for the moment.
But they do have a little bit of a deficit to go through. HaIfhearted just getting destroyed in this top lane. Yeah, almost getting away. One more Silver Bolt comes out from that Vayne, and a nice double kill being landed. 4-1 and 7 has herself the pickaxe as well. She went Zeal first. That movement speed being very critical, as she is a fairly squishy when she does get caught. That being said, it looks like we're going to be trying to capitalize this movement to go for that factory cap, but so far not happening. Evelynn child support maybe a little bit too healthy to make this work. Look at that last, and the engage. There we go. konfetarius almost able to bring that Apron plan, the last lunar Crescent, able to grab that. The shutdown spree coming out from Vayne. Bottom lane, CaptnBuwberry trying to hold on to his point. One-on-one is not going to get that armor. Wow, 66 hit points. Needed one more turret shot. Was not able to get it.
And up at the top, there was a really good condemn there by Vayne. Rammus was powerballing up, and she just condemned him straight away from Zyra, which is a really interesting way to counter that, seeing him powerball and then suddenly go sideways. Dienovv getting dived up at the tower at the top, throwing down the Garrison for the extra time, getting sculpted by inFe's Darius right there. Pantheon coming down, however, exhausted the moment that he lands, taunted immediately thereafter, lit on fire by Brand, but he is still alive. Rammus getting taken down now. Naked Apron plan. Armor chasing afterward. Armor lit on fire by Brand. Going to back away there a little bit. Chris IM getting tagged with the Pillar of Flame there. Giving that vision proc up a little bit. Letting Brand know exactly what's going on as Vayne falls back.
Yeah. You were talking about those Ninja Tabby, and we did have that cloth armor on Diana. Check out Diana. 5 Ninja Tabby team. We got brutalizers, we got glacial shrouds, we already have a frozen heart mixed up on that Rammus. I think you get where I'm going.
You want to throw down as much attack speed reduction as you can. Would not be surprised at all if someone got a Randuin's. Not sure who would pick it up though. Looks like Urgot's going to be opting to go the frozen heart route. And I don't see anyone else that's really hard telegraphing a Randuin's Omen at the moment. Naked Apron Plan trying to make a move on this refinery here, getting zoned out by HaIfhearted. And Rammus... Oh, yep, FourCourt, you got it. There's that hearted gold. I missed that. Nice catch there. Yeah, Rammus going to pick up that Randuin's, it looks like.
You know, all that practice in some of those ripping pays off every now and then. Dienovv going deep onto this quest point over at the factory, but Evelynn Child Support not taking it very lightly and not without a fight. Brand with that fire damage, able to tick him down. They will be able to defend the point, but again, quests, not something we were talk about because we kind of assume everybody knows what it is, but even if you don't, if you get a quest objective, you get yourself a nice 10% damage buff. That could be huge depending on when you get it.
Yeah, if you can get a quest objective point, usually you've killed a bunch of people to do it. It puts you in a really good position to try and make a push to follow it up with. And if you're able to get one through a back cap or something else, like if it's the bottom lane quest objective and only one person on the enemy team dies, and it could be what could normally be a tricky 4v3, turns out to be more like a 4v3 sweep when you have that damage bonus. However, there's a dive going on down bottom. Konfetarius and Painkillar forcing Totalment off the point, but Armor, there's that golden map presence I was talking about earlier. Pantheon being able to be anywhere that he wants to be. Konfetarius taking a lot of damage, but retreating out of the fight only to circle around back in and jump with the axe. And more airborne action coming in from Malphite right there. Malphite and Darius having a disagreement of sorts, and Pantheon is following that up. Nope, he looks like he's just going to come out and scare him away a little bit.
Wow, double dunk into double fiery rock.
So much airborne. The Z-axis is a very important thing in League of Legends. You have to remember it exists. Many people forget that you can go up. We don't have any champions that can go down yet. We need a burrow champion. We need one that goes underground and pops out.
It's called Maokai.
Does he do that? Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Wow. I remember that. That was amazing. Wow. Joke of the year goes to FourCourt. Well played, sir. Well played. Another play being made. The bottom point. konfetarius and inFe, the dream team. One has a circly sword, one has a circly axe. But Armor, once again, he's the executive bailout coming down here to help out his teammate. Going into that fight right there. Chipping away. Exhaust goes down. inFe looking for a place to get that Nox and guillotine, but gets kicked away by the dragon kick. inFe gonna die? Yes, gonna die. That ignite damage. But now can Armor finish off konfetarius? Yes! Pantheon able to pick up that double kill. Armor able to save the point.
Man, Armor totally on fire. 12 kills, 3 deaths, 6 assists. He's been everywhere. We're looking top, however. His teammates, Chris I am, getting out of a sticky situation. Maybe not out of it yet, but one more tumble, and he is well on his way. As HaIfhearted somehow living out of that as well. But the Dunka Master takes down that Vayne with a swift chop of his axe. And this is looking extremely good top lane for Evelynn Child Support, but this was risky, man. All 5 were top. If there had even been one person from Field of Vibe bottom, they would have lost that point without any.
So they were able to secure that quest objective, and like you were talking about, that 10% damage buff on the already close fights between konfetarius as Diana and Totalment Lee Sin. That's going to swing the other way pretty hard for the next few moments as that buff goes by.
You just gotta kill him. That's all you gotta do. It's like loading up in an FPS, one-shot kills. All you gotta do is just shoot him, kill him. The buff goes away, no problem. But it's gonna be harder than maybe we make it out to be. We still have 200 points in reserve here for Field of Vibe. So it's not like they're really pressured for time. Totemon, however, pressured to live. He does go down with fairly short order. Painkillar might be real on his way as well. Oh my goodness, they got condemned into the wall. He might have armor, but that's alright. Vayne has true damage, and she just laps at you. She has a storm buff too. Kinda hurt. Yeah, Naked Apron Plan's gonna be dropping him. Blueberry tanking out this die now. HaIfhearted is gonna get hit by that Malphite rush, but it's not gonna be nearly enough. He's gonna drop fairly quick as well. Can Pantheon make something happen with CaptnBuwberry? The answer is yes.
Very interesting condemn right there. Vayne making a good shot up the top to keep inFe back away from her, and down at the bottom lane, konfetarius and Totalment. The laning has been pushed back a little bit further. Armor coming around the side. Painkillar diving that point from behind. chris.I.am in a really bad spot. Painkillar able to deliver and getting cut down by Darius up at the top end of the map. And now Armor getting it
Double
as well. Evelynn Child Support really starting to turn it around.
I was looking for the double dunk so I can do it, but nope. That Darius not getting that kill. 14 and 4 on that Pantheon. Darius doing extremely well for himself. 7 and 7 is kind of leading his team. But yeah, it's just like what you said. 5 Ninja Tabby, 5 Frozen Hearts coming up. It's exactly, again, you know where I'm going with this line of things. It's all on the physical resistance. Is it going to work out? I'm saying it's working out extremely well. 4 points to Evelynn Child Support, and those points are going to town on the nexus of Field of
Totalment able to, yes, pick up that bottom point right there, but inFe is like, no, you're not wearing armor, and I have a sharp and pointy. And they had a disagreement. Now, Dienovv is like, hey, you have a sharp and pointy, but I'm a rock. And inFe's like, well, yeah, that's a good point. inFe's just going to kind of wander away for right now. Top end of the map, we have Pantheon, Vayne, Zyra, and Malphite heading up in that direction. Darius decides to cut around for that bottom point. And Malphite's like, Darius, we had this discussion already, and Pantheon engaging up, yeah, it was Pantheon engaging up at the top there, though. Bran with the ultimate bouncing around a little bit between some minions right there. Armor is going to fall, unfortunately. Zyra going to get caught by CaptnBuwberry and slowed. That terror capacitor helping deliver that slow there. Naked Apron plan is going to go down, and inFe's Darius, was taken out at the bottom lane by the combination of Malphite and Vayne. Now they are turning around, going in for CaptnBuwberry. chris.I.am needs a good condemn here, getting exhausted, getting unloaded on, getting into a position, gets the condemn off, but HaIfhearted is right there, and Vayne tumbles out of the Pillar of Flame, but it is okay because CaptnBuwberry has a gun arm. Gun arms are really good to have in Dominion.
Yeah, out of the flame and into Urgot's Acid Hunter. That's not a good place to be. Look at this, CaptnBuwberry not even going to be dropping that top lane, although he does have to be careful. Armor is there. Totalment konfetarius again going toe-to-toe. Die now looking to go back. Painkillar saying, screw that, I'm just going to take you down with the help of a Dunk Master. There he goes down. Armor now in a bad spot, as it does look like Lee Sin did lose that mono bottom lane. And once again, multiple kills coming out for Evelynn Child Support, really turning this match
Vayne
around.
coming up from the back. chris.I.am walking through the jungle, wants to try and tag inFe. Nope, going to go ahead and circle on around. Going to go to interrupt Painkillar instead. Going in with that tumble right there. Painkillar has to break off. Has to roll away a little bit there. Although there is a creep wave getting pushed up on it. Vayne not terribly good at killing minions. Going to sit there and try and keep that tower neutral or delay it. Armor coming in from behind. He's going to have a really good stun to be able to keep chris.I.am alive right there, because both those champions have a way to interrupt. Now with HaIfhearted here, things are really, really scary. He is Brand, and that Pillar of Flame goes off. Interrupts chris.I.am. Armor taking a lot of damage at once right there. chris.I.am has to walk away. Painkillar trying to get in to deliver that taunt. Vayne condemns him away, but still has to keep retreating. Vayne's only going to be effective as long as she's not able to get taunted. And Painkillar, once he's able to deliver that, she dies quickly thereafter. Naked Apron plan staying alive for quite a period of time over there, but eventually is taken down. Painkillar rolling on up, taking that kill. Dienovv shutting down Rammus, and now turning his attention towards CaptnBuwberry to try and put the hurt on him and discourage him from pushing. They're like, you're just a rock, and he's like, well, I am. But Pantheon has a spear, comes in from behind, gives Brand the stick, and now it's inFe and CaptnBuwberry, and I don't know how Armor's shield feels about that, but I know what happened to it. It got split in half like an aluminum can.
I know exactly what happened. Dunko Master! That's exactly what happened. 12 and 8. That Darius really coming back into this game, and I gotta say, Armor starting off extremely strong. It's just died and died and died. And again, I don't think it has anything, any small part to do with just the item choices that we have on Evelynn Child Support. They are just so ridiculously tanky now that, Field of Fire not able to deal with them. Again, another kill. Totalment getting himself 11 deaths to his name. Right now, might be tanky in Summoner's Rift, but here he just goes down to the Dunk Master, and it's exactly the way it's gonna go. konfetarius still surviving. Armor here trying to do that damage, but just cannot deal with it. And once again, multiple deaths for Revive. Nothing here for Evelynn child support, and now Naked Apron plan just kind of giving it up.
And Zyra getting the shutdown there on Diana. Chris I am kind of hanging around in the jungle. Got that giant freaking crossbow. I don't know why Vayne just doesn't use that all the time. Not sure there. CaptnBuwberry taking some damage. Chris I am also taking some damage. Totalment diving in there with the Safeguard. I believe that's what that's called. That move, right? Yes, Safeguard. Diving in there for that as well. And now Chris I am getting exhausted. Getting dragon kicked in the head away. Missing with the grab there. Chris I am has to run. Rammus, what? He like turned around. Okay, well, Rammus did not want to pick on Lee Sin right there at the moment. Chris I am was able to get away at the top end of the map, however. Dienovv and Armor making a play for the top. HaIfhearted has thrown down the Garrison on that point, helping to keep it from getting captured there. And with the help of konfetarius, it's so much damage right there. Dienovv and his friend Armor are going to fall, unfortunately. Pays them child support. Once that top gets neutral, I don't think it's gonna. They got this game. They got it now. There's not enough time for them to cap anymore.
We had a 200-point lead at the beginning to mid of this game. Feel the Vibe was winning these early game team fights. They were in such a strong position. But after we get 5 Ninja Tabbies, after we get 5 Frozen Hearts, it's just like, what up? Are you doing damage, son? I didn't think so. And pays Evelynn shouts for 100 points to their name in the end. Able to take this game at the 21-minute mark. Very impressive.